What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 19th day of August, and here we are at about $0.0417 right now. 4 hours, 20 minutes, 4 hours, 20 minutes left in the day. We've got a low at 0.0404. Man, we went right to the area, right to the base of that area that we were looking for, 0.004 to 0.042. Got a couple of reasons for why we expected that to happen, right? If we're taking this from a relative low here to a relative high there, you went just below the 382. It's very common to either find support right at the 382, barely just above it, or most of the time, actually you do wick just below it. And what's a nice psychological area of support just below $0.0414? 0.004. It's a nice round number, nice psychological level. So that's why that range existed. I think that we have found support. Somebody requested this. It was like Boat to Gains or something like that. I forget who it was. Not Boat to Block. He likes the Bitcoin Cash videos, I'm pretty sure. But Boat to Gains or something like that. I told you, you asked me if I could make a ZBCN video if we found the low, something about bullish divergence. We'll go over that. We'll see if there is any bullish divergence. I'll tell you what I see. But I'm doing this video for you. I wrote like okay with the smiley face, so I forgot to write your name down. But anyways, yeah, I think that we found a low. If we look at this from a high to a low here, high to low right there, we also found support right at the 0.5. Going from the 786 to the 0.5, it's common enough. Typically, you look to find support at the golden ratio, and you did. But here, again, we were at the golden ratio. We were supposed to go higher, and we just didn't. We were turning around. That's what gave us the impression we'd probably go to this next fib level as well, which is right there at about 0.041. So perfect. We went right there, you guys. Right to the areas, the intended areas, the expected areas that we've had for a little while now. I feel like ZBCN, I don't know what it is. I should probably just trade ZBCN. But if I start trading ZBCN, I'm going to be wrong on my calls because I don't trade ZBCN. I don't own any ZBCN, and I swear, guys, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I feel like I've been pretty damn accurate with this thing. Like calling all the intermediate lows and highs. I even called this little pump here, and then we called like just I didn't get the low the most perfect, to be completely fair. I called for 0.029, which is way up here, and we went way lower. But we were open to the idea of going lower. We were open to the idea of going even down as low as 0.021. So it wasn't scary going all the way down here, but other than that, I feel like I've been pretty, and then calling for the drop here instead of up here. Other than those two things, I feel like I've been pretty damn good with CBCN. Now that I've said that, and now that I'm calling for the low and I'm talking about that, now it's time to die. Now I'm wrong. I'll be wrong forever. No, that's hopefully not. I don't believe in jinxes, man. I don't think I'm jinxing myself. I'm just addressing the facts. That's all. Looking at this on a daily basis, things do look pretty bullishly postured, very bullishly set up. The RSI looks phenomenal. We're right at an area that you'd expect to find support. If we can come back up and close today green, which I know sounds like a bit of a task, but we're only down 6%, 4 hours left. I think we can do it. If we could come back up and close today green, we'd be left with a massive wick, and we'd also be bouncing off the 40 area. Now, the thing is, we don't even have to come up and close today green. If we close it slightly red, this day, the RSI could still hit the 40, and we can still bounce from there. That'd be a very good area to bounce from, especially after hitting the overboughts, and I think that'd be nice to see. If we're looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame here, $0.0417 moving up, baby, looking good. Bitcoin saw a lower low, but you didn't. Ethereum saw a lower low, but you didn't. Looking at this on the RSI, very bearish RSI. But you did have lower lows in the RSI with higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence. Actually, that's a good thing. Higher lows in the stochastics, bullish divergence, and then the MACD also has bullish divergence as well, plus hidden bullish divergence on the oscillator. So we love to see that. That's some good looks right there. 4 hour time frame here, bullish divergence, and no bullish divergence, but that's okay. The MACD is kind of lackluster, actually, if we're being fair. But that's okay. Sometimes it looks lackluster before it starts to look lusterful. Right, like back down here, it looked pretty lackluster, and that was where we turned around, actually. So I'm not too worried about that. Overall, guys, I think that we're in good shape. I really do believe that this was the low. I don't believe that we go lower. I think you've finally figured it out, right? That's where it is. If we're looking at this kind of trend line here coming down, you found support on this area. Maybe that's not the line that we're looking for. Maybe it's like this. You found support in this area time and time again, and you broke below it. Both times you broke below it. All times you broke below it were perfect relative areas to find support. This one's got a little bit more of a wick to it. I think that we're going to get some positive results coming out of this. It definitely looks good. It's time to start talking about new all-time highs again, okay? Looking at the daily MACD, we got what we're looking for, coming down to the 0 area, looking to scoop that, hopefully. And then crossing up, this bearish momentum should die off, and we should flip green here going into the end of the month and going into September. MACD is a lagging indicator though, so we can move up. We can have multiple green days before this even crosses green, right? Like here, we had 2 green days and it wasn't even crossed green yet. So we can definitely move up before it crosses green. I would expect we're running to new all-time highs, if not before the end of August, then sometime in the beginning of September, we're going to be at new all-time highs. And from there, we should be continuing a rally that will take us all the way up to about 2 cents, if not 4.5 cents. We could go higher. It's very possible that you could go higher than 4.5 cents, but I like this look here. You know, finding support right here, come up, find some turbulence at about 1 cent to 1.5 cents, find some turbulence there, continue to rally all the way up to this area. That's kind of my expectation. I would think that the further up you go in this primary target zone, the 1272, the further up you go before finding turbulence, the higher the chances are that you go a little deeper into this area and that you don't stop at 2 cents. Personally, I don't think we stop at 2 cents. I'm just addressing that as the minimum target because technically it is. Like, let's be real. From here, it's a very suitable minimum target. And, I mean, as far as the fibs go, it works. If we're looking at this from the current price, it's about a 4x, about a 5x move, and that is the average expectation for the average altcoin. The reason why I don't think you're going to stop there is because you've been anything but average ZBCN, especially this year. So I do believe that we're going to see 3 to 4.5 cents. Maybe you go higher. Maybe we dress to impress. I really think that if I'm wrong, it wouldn't be to the downside. I think I'd be wrong to the upside. And maybe instead of that, instead of stopping at 4.5 cents or 3 cents, and again, it could be either or. We're not stopping. It's not. Don't just hear 4.5 cents and assume that's where we're going. That's a nice 11x move, but we could very well stop at about a 7x, maybe an 8x move from here. It's very common to go just above the 2272. So if we go above 3 cents, that does not earmark us for 4.5 cents. But if I'm wrong and we do go higher than that, 6.5 cents or 6.2 cents, I guess, 6.1 cents could be a target area. That's at about like a 14x. 8 cents, it's about an 18x, almost a 19x. I mean, we really could see either of those targets take place too. I just think that'll be reserved for later this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we're there by the end of the year. But by the end of September, by the end of October, sometime by the end of this next move, I don't really see it happening. We'll probably move up. Again, the idea would be we move up to this primary target zone, consolidate a little bit, then we'll move up to our secondary target zone, the 1886 to the 2618. I'm thinking this is the target area specifically that we'll go to. Low chance that we stop here. A little bit of a chance that we stop up here as well. We'll consolidate again, much like we did here, consolidate for a month or so, and then continue to rally. Going into the end of the year, we should be reaching for prices that are not just at 6 to 7 cents, but probably well above 10 cents even. So it all starts here. Very optimistic for ZBCN. Good job, Zebecers, Zebecians. I think you guys are looking good in good shape for sure. It's nice that we're all friends. You guys remember me whenever we started out. All of you guys hated me. Oh my God, except for Crypto Future. Shout out to Rob. And Rob's the one that I think put everybody onto this coin in the beginning. He's the only like YouTuber that I heard. So some people say Ninja was talking about it too. I'd never watched his videos talking about it, but I believe it. He talks about a lot of crypto gems, so he very well could have. I just never saw it myself, but if you guys are saying that, I don't doubt it. But Rob talked about this thing religiously throughout here. And he was the only friend I had. He was the only friend I had when I said the price was going to come down. And I feel like ever since we found the lows, we've been singing Kumbaya. We've been doing a little friendly handshake here and there. So it's nice. I feel like I do get a lot of love from the Zebecians. So you guys deserve it, man. Beyond the love, beyond the support that you've shown me, just I appreciate you all. But you've been patient. You've been very patient. You've been through the downside. You've been through the volatility. You've been through the attempts at seeing new all-time highs and the rejections and coming back down and seeing Bitcoin reject off of its all-time highs at a dramatic pace. You've been through shakeouts. You deserve these new all-time highs, and they are coming. You just have to be patient, okay? Which, at this point, I don't think I'm asking for a lot. You've been pretty patient so far. You've been patient. This isn't even a test of patience, right? That was your test of patience. You've been patient before. You can be patient again. Just wait. We're almost there on the path to riches and glory higher. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. One more shout out to Crypto Future. Take care. Bye-bye.